First run in 1926 at the new Tynong complex since 2015. The past 9 editions over 2,500 metres. It's time for the running of the Ladbrokes Pakenham Cup 2,500 metre handicap at listed level worth $300,000. Horse 1 is Smoke and Romans, the 2021 winner. He was 4th in the December edition last year.
He was. He wasn't at his best last time out in a Zipping Classic. He just wasn't able to get that control, not showing as much speed as what he has in the past. Maybe that was just a byproduct of dropping back from the 2 miles of the Melbourne Cup. If he can roll forward here with the drop in grade, if he can find his own way to controlling things on speed, then I think he's a big chance of running a better race than his price would suggest.
He looks very similar to how he has done all preparation. That's his usual shape. He's lovely and relaxed today. He can usually have a bit of a sweat, so ironically he's not as hot as what he usually is.
To Alan Kerr, 4th in the Zipping Classic. Ben Hayes was part of the training operation when they won the first 2,500 metre edition of this race with Pillow Desai here 9 years ago.
I thought this horse was really good in the Zipping Classic last time out and is a value chance in the race today. He's coming back from such a long break this preparation. You'd have to think his fitness is only going to improve the deeper he gets into a preparation. It was a good run last time out. He can roll forward, put himself somewhere near the pace. He's got an informed Ben Allen in the saddle. I think he's over the odds at $14.
He's got great tone over his ribcage, this horse. He's definitely at his peak. He's deep enough into a preparation now. 3,
Etna Rosso, stakes placed at 4 of his past 5 at 2,000 and above. The issue, no horses won from 10 or wider since the Cup's been held here.
Look, I just think the issue from the wide draw is he's probably going to go back. That's his racing pattern, so he's just going to have so much ground to make up. That aside, his recent form is arguably the strongest in the race, so if Craig Williams can overcome the draw, he's right in the mix.
Best I've seen him, this horse, in his 2 runs down here in Victoria recently. I think that it's the best that I have seen him.
5, Post Impressionist makes his debut for Simon Ryan.
Yeah, he's joined the new stable, 5 weeks between runs. He's dropping in grade from the Queen Elizabeth, gets back onto a firmer surface. Look, I just need to see him do it again. It's been a long time since he's won. I thought he was really well placed to run well in a Herbert Power, and he was just fair. Last couple have been not his best, so I need to see him win again.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with your sentiments there, Ben. Crossover and the tongue tie come off. His condition's good. He looks very similar to how he did all prep with the Freedmans, but I'm with you. I just want to see him do it.
Having won the race with Etta James 6 years ago, Matt Kumani presents the 6 Mombaher.
Yeah, who will be suited rising in distance and will be fitter for the first up run, but given the long break going into the first up run, I think he's probably going to need another 1 or 2.
I do feel like he's taken good improvement from that run. I don't think he's too far off where he needs to be. He obviously had condition on him that day, but he has tightened up quite nicely.
7, Statuario backing up from a 3rd in the Ballarat Cup.
Yeah, he is, and I thought he was terrific there last week, where it was a fast run race that was dominated by the horse that came from last. So Barclay Square and Cadmus settled back in the field, and he was clearly the best of those on speed. Now, the step up to 2,500 is a query, no doubt about that, but he has run 2nd in the South Australian Derby at the trip. He's got a touch of class on his day, so if he can relax and run out the trip, I think he's a big hope at double figures here.
He looks fantastic in the yard too. I've always liked him as a type. He's just got that good athletic frame about him. He looks absolutely spot on today.
Theo Nugent replacing the injured Daniel Stackhouse on the 8, Garachico.
Who is suited dropping in grade from the Sandown Classic. He might be ready to peak now 3rd up. He should get a soft run from the draw, but there were better runs there last time out where he was beaten 8 lengths.
He looks very similar to how he has done his previous 2 runs of the preparation. He's always been a nice type and a good mover, and he's doing those things again here. 9 is Strawberry Rock. 7th last year with Harry Coffey aboard. That's the case here.
Yeah, dropping in grade on his last few. He needs to improve on his recent form. Respecting the Mark Coffey combination, he might be nearing peak fitness now, but his recent form doesn't look strong enough.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with you on form that he's got his work cut out for him. It's a similar parade to how I've seen him all prep.
Beaten 8 lengths in the Zipping Classics, 10 Star Vega, needing to find some of the form that saw him placed in last year's Bendigo Cup and Queen Elizabeth.
I thought he was on track for this race after the Moe Cup 2 starts ago. Howland Range just got complete control and he hit the line really nicely there. Out the back and didn't really figure in the Sandown Classic last time out. But blinkers go on today. He's probably going to be back in the field. If you can forgive one run, you can make a case.
He looks fantastic in the yard. He's definitely hit his peak. As his saddle blanket's just turned up there, you can see such good tone over his rib cage. So I feel like he's been trending in the right direction, and he's there today.
Fred Kersley in 2019, the last apprentice jockey to win the Pakenham Cup. Ryan Houston has that opportunity on the 11 Black Run. He's been aboard for 2 straight Caulfield wins. This horse has had 1 previous stake start. It was back in Europe at his 3rd start at Longchamp in April 2024. The race was won by Calandigan, who's now considered the world's best horse.
Very interesting, that. This horse is flying. He's doing a great job. He's fit, he's in form, he makes his own luck on the speed. He actually opened on Wednesday equal favourite in this market. I thought it was way too short. I'm not surprised he's up to $7. Probably more like his price. Drops right down in weight. He keeps winning. He's got a great racing pattern. This is clearly his toughest test, though.
It's probably the best I've seen in parade. He can get himself quite up and about, and he's been winning doing that. But I think the fact that his age and stage of the preparation now, it's just nice to see him relaxing on a warm day. You wouldn't want him to overdo it. I think he looks excellent again.
7th beaten 7 in the Ballarat Cup. 12 firm agreement backs up. He was second in the ATC Derby to Aliana on a 4-day backup after being second in a Tulloch.
Yeah, that might be the key. Backing up and getting a soft run. So maybe he can improve sharply with that sort of scenario. Needs to improve on his last few.
Fitness definitely won't let him down. There's no improvement to be made there.
Taramansour is an absolute warrior. Has covered 14 kilometres in 6 runs since Memsie Day.
Drops in weight here with the rise in grade. Maybe that's going to help him. If he found his best form, he could be competitive, but he needs to improve on his recent form, and he is rising in class.
Definitely fitter than what I have seen of him previously this preparation. That's about as tight as he ever looks.
John McNeil chasing a 2nd Pakenham Cup on the 14 Diwali.
I thought this horse was over the odds. You know, Black Run was close to favourite, and he's still $7. He was less than a length behind him, hitting the line strongly last time out. Maybe with further improvement to come into the preparation on the minimum here. So $26, I think, is you could certainly do worse and have something each way on him.
Yeah, he looks an absolute treat. His coat's glowing. His fitness is perfect.
15 Zuriab, runner-up to Black Run at Caulfield, seeking to give Kieran Maher a 3rd cup.
Might be the map horse of the race here, so he's dropping nicely in weight from a weaker race last time out where he was narrowly beaten by Black Run. He's down to 54 kilos here, and he can either settle behind the leaders. If nothing wants to take it up, he could even lead himself, but if a couple of them roll forward as I expect them to do, he might be just getting that soft run just behind them.
He looks good. A horse that's just getting slightly warm, but I think it's as good as I've seen in parade today.
Lockie Neindorf back on the 16 Skippers Canyon. He was aboard for the first up win on All Day at Caulfield. OTI winning this race with Attorney 5 years ago. Yeah,
he might be the horse with the highest ceiling in this race. Good win first up. Cost himself at the start there last time out. Up in trip, right down in weight. Look, he wouldn't shock anyone if he comes out and blows these away, and he's a really smart stayer going forward. But he is 1,800 to 2,500, only 3rd up, and he's rising in grade. So market loves him. I think he's short enough now.
He's having a really decent sweat today, more than what I've seen of him ever before, but he is nice and relaxed. I'll just put it down to the heat. His condition's good.
No mare has won the Cup since it's been over 2,500 metres. That's the task ahead of 17 Cavity Bay, who backs up from the race won by Prince Eric last week.
She was terrific in a South Australian Derby at this distance last preparation, as well as a Phillies Classic, where she ran really well. So maybe the rise in trip's what she's looking for, and she was much better last week there behind Prince Eric. But she's obviously rising in grade, and she's 1 from 21 overall.
Yeah, she's doubled up and looked fantastic in the yard.
Ashrun and Goldman took out the 2 editions of the Pakenham Cup run in 2024. Who takes out the edition in 2025, Ben?
Oh, great question. It's such an open race. There's queries on a lot of these. There's probably a little query on Satuario at the distance, even though he's run 2nd in a South Australian Derby. But I think he's got the quality. He was terrific in a Ballarat Cup last week. Best of those on speed. If he can get the right run and just be produced late in the home straight, he might have to turn a foot to win a race like this. Skippers Canyon might be the best horse in time, might be the one with the highest ceiling and the most upside. So I can see why the market likes him, but I think he's short enough given he's up in grade and sharply up in trip. Etna Rosso arguably has the strongest recent form, along with Alan Kerr, who might be ready now. So very open edition of the Pakenham Cup. I think if you want to stay alive in the quarter, you might have to go wide. Amy, who's the pick of the yard?
I'm going to go with Black Run on top. I've had him on top his last few and he's been going particularly well. I thought his parade today was the best that I've seen of him. So hopefully his good form and hot streak can continue. Of the rest, I thought Etna Rosso looked fantastic. Alan Kerr and Diwali also saddled up very well. I've got a huge amount of time for Skipper's Canyon, but it definitely wasn't his best parade. So not as confident as I have been with him previously.
Black Run, a $7 chance with Sportsbet Amy's on-top selection from the yard. It's a similar story with the market to when we last spoke around 15 minutes ago. Skipper's Canyon, really well supported. He's been absolutely smashed in betting. $4.60 into $2.90 now. One-way traffic with the smart punters. The 11 Black Run out to $7. Zeryab, a little bit of late money, 8 into $6.50. Etna Rosso, $6.50 out to $8.50. And Statuario's been solid but well backed at the $10 quote. Alan Kerr, the best of those at double figures, looking for his first victory in around 3 years, 19 into $13. But it's all about Skipper's Canyon in the Pakenham Cup, $2.80. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call that number on your screen or visit the website.
Emily Brown joins us, hoping to provide the locals with success in the Pakenham Cup with Statuario, who backs up from his terrific placing last Saturday at Ballarat. How's he spent the week, Emily?
Yeah, good. He's actually come through the week really well. We sort of watched him every day, hoping that, sort of watching him quite closely, but he's been jumping out of his skin, so really happy with him.
What's the conversation been with Luke in regards to his strategy?
Yeah, we sort of hopefully cover. That's probably what we're looking for early on. Big sweeping bend out of the straight. Hopefully we've got cover straight away, and we sort of just wait and have plenty of horse left at the end.
I feel like he's at a similar or better level to what he was when he was showing real staying prowess as an autumn 3-year-old.
Yeah, I think he's definitely stronger. He's a lot more mature mentally. So yeah, he's probably still going to improve in time, but yeah, really happy with him.
Good luck.
Thank you.
So there we have it. It's a really interesting edition here of the Ladbrokes Pakenham Cup, where Skipper's Canyon has been heavily supported. He's going to run the favourite. 313 from 280. Much better was bet earlier in the week. So Skipper's Canyon going to run the favourite, right up in grade, down in weights, and he's an exciting stayer going forward. They're loading away well here for the 2025 Pakenham Cup. Let's go to Matt Hill for the call.
So all eyes will be on barrier number 5 early with Skipper's Canyon, and how the favourite gets away with this good support. 330 to 280 Skipper's Canyon. There's Post Impressionist is in with Zeryab, but also Taramansour. They continue to load away as going forward is Strawberry Rock. Skipper's Canyon now, the OTI Silks. Goes up to barrier number 5 next door to Zeryab. Zeryab, who's got its supporters as well. $8 into $7 with Mickey D aboard for Kieran Ma, who's had a very good day at the office here at Pakenham so far, training the first 3 winners on the program. Cavity Bay and the Mackay Diva Silks joins them. Smoke and Romans, the winner of this race 4 years ago. Looking to turn back the clock. Star Vega, little nibble at longer odds for this one, going in the 10. Star Vega with Paddy Maloney drawn awkwardly. Diwali is forward now. Diwali goes in. So Etna Rosso, Craig Williams looks as though it's going to be the last one forwards. The Ladbrokes Pakenham Cup of 2,500 metres. And they're locked away now. Down to the post and one lap. They started approximately the 100 metres in front of the crowd. They're set for the Pakenham Cup and they're racing. And Black Run was one of the best to begin with Alan Kerr and Zeryab. Smoke and Romans, the winner from 4 years ago, is forcing forward. Statuario is on the premises too as they charge towards that first corner. Etna Rosso's deeper, trying to find a position. Skipper's Canyon a lot better today away from the gates. It is midfield. Firm agreement on the rails. Garachico is back in the field with Taramansour, Diwali. They were followed by Post Impressionist, Cavity Bay, Strawberry Rock, Monbeher and Star Vega. That's the order as they swing past the 1,900 metres in the Cup. The leader is Zeryab, clearly by 2 lengths. Second is Smoke and Romans, about 1.5 lengths to Black Run, and fourth is Alan Kerr. 2 lengths Firm Agreement, Statuario, a couple of lengths to Etna Rosso. They were followed by Taramansour, midfield outside of Skipper's Canyon. 1.5 lengths to Wali, Cavity Bay around that pairing, 3 wide with Garachico the fence. Star Vegas on the 3 wide train getting going now, and then Strawberry Rock towards the end. Post Impressionist and Monbeher is at the tail of the field. So Zayab is the leader, 16 to 20 lengths first to last down the back section. They are approaching the 1250, and it's Zayab. It hasn't been too bad, the speed so far. 1.5 lengths Smoke and Romans. Black Run's had a lovely run, third on the inside of Alan Kerr past the 1200 marker. Then Firm Agreement, fifth the rails from Statuario. 1.25 lengths away Etna Rosso, and then Cavity Bay. Taramansour is getting moving 3 deep. Skipper's Canyon probably about 2/3 down on the fence, passed by Star Vega and then Diwali. Strawberry Rock as well, back Garachico, and then Monbeher, and last Post Impressionist. Zuyab kept them moving as they run off the back section. 800 metres to go in the Pakenham Cup. 1.25 lengths Smoke and Romans. 1.25 lengths Alan Kerr. They were followed by on the inside Black Run, who's losing ground and niggled at and is under enormous pressure. Black Run to the outside. Taramansour has been wide, but is also making up some good ground. Star Vegas coming into it, followed by Etna Rosso. Further back, Strawberry Rock, Firm Agreement. And where's Skipper's Canyon? It's gone back to about 4th last. Zuyab Alan Kerr, grabbed by Taramansour on the outside. Then Statuario. It's going to be a grinding finish at the 200. Etna Rosso back towards the inside. Taramansour drifting out under pressure. Etna Rosso over on the far side is there. And then Statuario. Taramansour grits its teeth. It's clear. It's pulling clear. And Taramansour is going to win it. Taramansour from a photo. Etna Rosso, Star Vega, then Statuario, Skipper's Canyon when it was over. Strawberry Rock and then Diwali, followed by Alan Kerr, Zuyab, Post Impressionist, Garachico, Firm Agreement, Monbeher, Smoke and Romans, Black Run, and Cavity Bay was one of the last.
Elements. Taramansour, what a bold effort from the 9-year-old at his 51st start. He'd had 6 runs since Memsie Day, clocking up 14,100 metres, 14 runs since Ballarat Cup Day last year. And the 15 is the one to love, not the one they were expecting, though, from the Stokes yard. Skipper's Canyon was backed almost to the exclusivity of all others, and he looked to be in real peril approaching the turn. You can throw a blanket over them for the placings. Etna Rosso was sticking on. Star Vegas looks like it's maybe able to lob into a placing and emulate some of what it was able to do last spring with the blinkers on once again. But an upset in the 2025 Pakenham Cup as Taramansour salutes for Luke Curry.
He did indeed. It was a terrific ride from Luke Curry too. It looked like they were rolling along at genuine sectionals there, but when a little opportunity presented coming to about the 1,000 metre mark, perhaps it was the 800, he let Taramansour slide into the race early, and he made the move there, and it was eventually the winning move because he hit the front at the top of the straight and just was able to go along at that 1 speed, grind it out, and outstay his rivals there. Taramansour, nice run, blinkers on. Star Vega gets into second, and Etna Rosso has come up along the inside and has just got his head up on the line to miss second and grab third. Statuario, they were happy to let Taramansour go around, just probably to give him as soft a run as possible, present in the home straight. I think we might have got some evidence today that Statuario, although he's done a good job to run fourth, the way he was travelling on the turn, I'm not sure 2,500 is his best distance, and maybe kept to 2,000 is the key for him. But, Amy, there was a few terrific runs towards the top of the field, a few disappointing runs in behind. Skipper's Canyon's run unplaced. Black Run might have come to the end of his preparation. He's finished closer to last than first.
Yeah, you're absolutely spot on there, Ben. Let's hear from the winning trainer in Philip Stokes.
Philip Stokes joins us after winning the Pakenham Cup with Taramansour. Philip, congratulations. What an absolute iron horse he's been for you through the prep and the last 12 months. There was obviously so much focus on Skipper's Canyon coming in, but where did you think his chances lied?
Look, we were happy with the horse. He's just been getting out of his ground, and Luke gave him a peach of a ride today, put him in the race, got rolling early. He was very fit coming into this. After his last run, a few of the owners said, let's retire him, let's tip him out. And I said, nope, I think the horse is going okay. So we changed things up a bit. I've got to give a big thanks to the team behind us, but especially Ross Elliott. He's been schooling him out the back here, and I think that's really helped him. So good team effort, and really wrapped for Mark. He's a good supporter of our stables, and this will mean a lot to him.
And what of this horse who's, as said, just been at the races probably more than he's been at track work?
He has, yeah. He's, for an old horse like a 9-year-old rising 10, he's a very sound horse. So, yeah, full credit to everybody. They've done a good job.
Initial reaction to what we saw from Skipper's Canyon?
Look, he was just up and about today, sweated up before going out there, jumped the best he has. That was a positive, but he just never looked comfortable on the inside of horses, and he needs a lot of air. So he's a good horse. He's just probably not there yet, so he'll have a break now, and he'll be fine.
Philip, well done. Enjoy the celebrations.
Thank you.
Okay, so Philip Stokes winning the Cup there.